science face.
That's Avalon Centrifuge to you.
Okay, now hold still.
Oh, that's much better.
I'm not a piece of the furniture. And besides, the viewers won't be able to hear me.
It's your fault, Darren, for covering up half the set. There was nowhere to put Sackboy, so I figured. In Little Big Planet 2, Negativitron has taken over Craft World, and he's nomming his way through every city on the planet.
This world needs only one thing. It needs a hero.
As we've come to expect from highly customizable games with sequels, you can port your original character from the first game to continue your shenanigans in the second, and hopefully put an end to Negativitron's munch of death. And it was nice to see my super awesome rainbow pod back again too. It truly was just like coming home.
Yes, well, I'd say some of your interior design choices leave a lot to be desired.
Affirmative.
What do you know about interior decorating, Darren? Look what you've done to the set.
It's a work in progress.
Oh no. Oh. There are 30 new levels for you and Sackboy to navigate through. And once again, the game's storybook feel is very charming.
There was someone to deliver me from this putrid trough of tribulation. Oh, hello. My name's Clive.
Hex, I felt the story was more a part of this game, whereas in Little Big Planet 1 it felt a bit tacked on.
Yeah, I agree, but you know what? I would play this game even if there wasn't a story. I mean, the levels are so much fun it almost doesn't need one. Once again, the art and creativity of each world is incredible. As you make your way through each platforming level, you'll discover new tools and devices with which to get yourself from one end to the other, grabbing as many goodies as possible along the way.
There's a quick tutorial level to help newcomers, so you don't feel like you need to have played the first one to play this. And once you do get going, the game wastes no time with throwing cool gadgets at you to completely change the way you tackle each obstacle. Cake shooting guns, water pistols, and a grapple gun.
And the levels are designed in such a way that if you choose to play in multiplayer, it makes things infinitely more fun, but also more challenging trying to team up with the other person to get both of you through some of these running the gauntlet style platforms. There are some great head-to-head challenges too.
I love the little robot guys too, you know, it adds a nice puzzle element because it's not just you trying to get to the end of the level, you're responsible for all those guys too, and you need to get them to safety.
If you do fancy yourself a bit of a budding game designer, there is so much here for you to play with.
Yeah, the level editor is just excellent, and it's easier to use than the first game as well. Also, you can build levels with a friend.
Did you know that every single level included with the game was created with the same tool that you get to play with to create your own levels? It's incredibly powerful.
If you are new to create mode or level editors in general, it might be a little bit tricky to pick up at first, but I think the real fun is the hours you'll spend learning how everything works, and the fact that you get to show off what you've made and let other people play it at the end is just such a great payoff.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time and patience. My first attempt didn't turn out too well. But there's not much to dislike in Little Big Planet 2, is there?
Well, not really. I mean, if they were going to bother with a story, then maybe something with a little bit more weight would have been nice, but I loved Little Big Planet 1, and I think this has really improved on that concept and made such exciting changes, so I'm giving it 9 out of 10 rubber chickens.
It's the full package, really, you know, the music and the look of the game, and it's just creative and fun platforming, and you can do it all with your friends, so I'm giving it 9 out of 10.
There, and sticker there.
I'm doing it, Darren.
But more stickers.
Darren is covered in stickers.
More stickers. More stickers.
All right, guys, there'll be time for that later. We need to get on with the review.
More stickers. For those who don't know, Sackboy is the hero of the Little Big Planet series, which has become one of the defining franchises of this generation, harnessing the power of user-generated content, charming graphics, and inventive platforming to great effect.
Indeed, and Sackboy is back for his second portable adventure.
The puppeteer was once the greatest entertainer of them all.
This time he finds himself on the planetoid of Carnivalia, where the sinister puppeteer has been sucking joy out of the world, leaving all the inhabitants as soulless hollows. And of course, it's up to Sackboy to set things right.
We must stop him, or we will soon reach the end of the road. Oh, Zenith, The end of the road! I was never really scared.
You'll venture through 5 different realms, each offering a unique design and its own delightfully eccentric character to guide you through their levels. And each level is full of score bubbles, as well as bubbles filled with goodies such as stickers and costumes, which you can use to customize levels, as well as your Sackboy.
I do love Sackboy dress-ups. And you'll be using a whole bunch of fun tools to help you through the levels, such as your trusty grapple hook, touch-guided missiles, and the Grabinator.
Then, at the end of each level, you're scored based on how many of the goodies you've managed to collect, with a 100% completion rating requiring a no-death performance, as well as dedicated treasure hunting.
Yes, it's by no means a difficult game, but it is certainly challenging getting through an entire level, collecting all the goodies and not losing a single life.
Yeah, and there's often these little sticker puzzles where you have to put the right sticker on the right object to access some goodies, but often you don't find that sticker until you complete the level for the first time, so it's good incentive to go back and replay. Plus, the more goodies you get, the more goodies you'll have to build your own levels in the level editor.
Yeah, and you know, this is one of the few Vita games which is just perfect for the console, because you'll be tilting and scratching and pulling and doing all sorts of motion controls, and it just works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, every level finds a new and creative way to make use of the Vita's unique functions. Normally, a lot of motion control stuff feels a bit gimmicky in games, but here, everything is just really cleverly used and adds to the already creative design. And some of those later levels require a fair bit of skill as you swap between platforming and touchscreen tapping.
Personally, I enjoyed the ability to take photos and put them directly into the levels as stickers. A vast improvement.
Well, the hallmark of the Little Big Planet series is co-op, and of course that returns. You can play online with friends. In fact, there are even some levels you can only play in co-op.
And there's also heaps of mini-games to unlock. Most are simple side missions that unlock by finding a hidden key in a level, but as you complete each realm within Carnavalia, you'll also unlock one of 5 arcade games.
And they're great little games too, and fully fleshed out with interesting ideas. And there's obvious nods to games like Doodle Jump and Bejeweled, but I think these mini-games are more interesting than most mini-game compilations.
And they're a great example of what can be created in the level editor. Little Big Planet has always been great for budding developers to create their own games with some really clever but easy to use tools. I recently heard that over 7 million games have been created by the community.
You know, Hex, if you played just one level every day, it would take you over 19,000 years to play 7 million levels.
I better get started.
But sadly, the Vita version does not allow you to play levels created in the other Little Big Planet games.
That is a shame, Darren, but having said that, it is much easier to create games using the touchscreen and the Vita controls than I found on the PS3. We're still terrible at it, but we're slightly less terrible at it on the Vita.
As you can see, the game looks as good on the Vita as it does on the PS3, and it's also got a really great soundtrack with some original music and some other great songs that just make you feel happy.
Well, Hex, we should wrap this up. Final thoughts?
Well, I loved it. None of the controls have been used in a gimmicky way. It's all just really thoughtful and clever. I mean, there's potentially hours of fun to be had here. I'm giving it 9.
Yes, without a doubt, it's one of the best Vita games so far. I'm giving it 8.5.
Barjo?
Yes, Darren?
More stickers. More stickers.
No, Darren. Hey, Darren, are you the one who put stickers all over my desk? I can't get them off. Put stickers all over my controllers. Now my controllers are sticky. Don't put stickers on your controllers.